Hey guys, it's Fancy. Welcome back to my channel. Today I put together this sort of patchwork baby doll, demon doll sort of look. And I'm just going to kind of go through how I put it together. I did this kind of on a spontaneous spur of the moment thing. I didn't have any plan. Shocker. Shocker. Fancy didn't have a plan when she did her makeup. What? So, yeah, I'll kind of just walk you through with a voiceover for the tutorial part, because it's not a tutorial. This is more of like a walkthrough. We'll call it a walkthrough. But yeah, so if you like how this turned out and you want to see what I did, keep on watching.
So to start this look, I blocked my eyebrows, and you can see I also have on foundation and contour, and that's because I started a different doll, hated it, washed it off, and restarted. Also, when I restarted, I forgot to record right away. Shocking. But anyway, I took my Flash palette dupe that I got off of eBay. It's a dupe for the Makeup Forever palette, which costs about $100, and the eBay palette costs about $10 plus a few bucks shipping. So it's way cheaper, way more economical, and it works just the same as far as I can tell. The colors are really, really, really strong. So what I did was I just started with a basic triangle shape on my eye, filled it in, and then what I'm doing at this point was filling in or lining along the edges to give it a little bit more shape and dimension and make it look more like a piece of fabric as opposed to just this like blob of pink on my face. And I continued to use that same technique, just blocking in colors right out of the palette onto my face. I chose these 4 colors from the palette because, I don't know, they're just the brightest and the prettiest, and I thought these 4 would show a lot of contrast, because you have the dark, the deep pink, and the dark blue against these more sort of pastel aqua, and then that bright yellow. It just brings it makes your eye sort of pop everywhere, which is what you want with contrast, is you want to be able to see that difference. So that's why I chose those colors. You could do this look really though with any color palette you wanted. You could do like a monochromatic, sort of like all blues or all reds or whatever. You could do like camo. You could do patterned fabrics if you wanted to take the time. You could do glitter. You could do like nudes or leather look. Really, it's a very versatile. I mean, dolls are versatile anyway, but a patchwork doll is really versatile because it's supposed to be just scraps of fabric. So that's kind of what I was going with. That's why they're sort of jagged and misshapen, and nothing is exact and nothing's the same. And I just covered kind of my whole body in these blocks of color. Then to give it a little bit more depth and definition, I went along the edges of each block with an eyeshadow that is pretty close but just slightly darker, and you can see that it kind of creates a little bit of a darker, harsh line all around the shape. So what I did once I got it all outlined was I went back in with that same little brush, and sometimes my finger, and just sort of blended it in toward the center to create that seam without it being too just like this big thick cartoon looking line. Now, if you wanted to actually wear this look out, you'd need to set all of these, because these are grease cream paints and it just gets on everything. So that's just a little FYI if you wanted to wear it out. Now, the next portion of the makeup was to make those seams look as though they were stitched together. So I just did a little X crosshatch pattern with a liner brush and the black paint from the palette. And I just went along every single little seam. Wherever there was a seam, I put my little black X's. So it took a few minutes to get this done, but it came out really nice. Now, I didn't want it to be too neat. I wanted it to look handmade, as if it were embroidery thread or yarn, and it with like a big fat thick needle, you know. So I didn't want it to be too nice and neat. I wanted it to have that messy, uneven look, and I was really happy with how it came out. Now, I continued with that same technique to do my eyebrows with white. I just somehow forgot to start recording again when I did. But then once I got my brows on, I wanted to go in and give my eyes a bit more definition with a basic winged liner that goes all the way from the inner corner all the way to the really close to the eyebrow. And then I went in with a white paint on the waterline And then to finish it off, I wanted to draw in some real big doll eye lashes on the outer corners of my bottoms of my eyes. And that was just to give my eyes a little bit more, make them a little bit more big and open, and to match the big fluffy lashes that I put on. So once I got my lashes drawn on, I used some mascara just to darken up my own actual lashes, got really close down to the root, and then put on my falsies. Once my falsies were in place, I painted on my mouth, and I made it a big, wide sort of Joker smile to give it that creepy doll effect. And this is the final look. I popped in some red circle lenses. They are red dollies from ohmykitty.com. And black and blue curly Lolita wig. You guys know I love a curly ponytail. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel.